Hello guys, good morning. Today I'm going to show you how to make liquid soap. Very simple and easy without so much stress and muscle work. So without wasting much of your time, let's get into it. Let's get to know our ingredients and then we can start. So for you to successfully make liquid soap, these are all the ingredients you need. And in a minute I'll be showing you each of them, what their names are and what they do. So let's start with the most important one. This is called base. This is the most important ingredient of liquid soap. What it does is that it helps the liquid soap thickens up. It also helps to form lathering. It makes the liquid soap also lather as well. So aside from thickness, it also helps the liquid soap to lather. Then we go to our booster powder. This one is also for lathering as well. Booster powder is for lathering. Then we have our SLS, which is also called rice. It's also for lathering as well. This is also an ingredient of liquid soap. Then we have our thickener powder. This is thickener powder. There's a difference between the thickener powder and the booster powder. The thickener powder is a bit brownish and the booster powder is whitish. This is very white, this is brown. So this helps, the thickener powder helps thicken your liquid soap, and then the booster powder helps your liquid soap to lather. Then we go to our next ingredient. This is booster liquid. It's just like the booster powder, but this one is in a liquid form. For your liquid soap to lather very well, you would need either this or more of the booster powder. So if you go to buy liquid soap and there is no booster liquid, you can buy more of the booster powder. Yeah, but I wouldn't advise that. You should rather buy the booster liquid more and then omit the booster powder, because I think the booster powder also lathers very well. So either you go with one of the booster liquid and then one of the booster powder, or you can do 2 booster powder but not 2 booster liquid. And we go to our next ingredient, which is the thickener liquid. This one also helps to thicken your liquid soap. So like I said, so you can go with 2 thickener powder, this, or you go with one like this. Don't do 2 of this and leave this. Do both, because this if you take water and then you mix this, the thickening component in this is stronger than the thickener liquid. So if you use more of the thickener liquid, you would need more to help your liquid soap to thicken up. But the thickener powder has more composition of thickness in it than the thickener liquid. So you can either go with 2 of the thickener powder or 1 thickener liquid, 1 thickener powder. Our next ingredient is preservatives. You would need to preserve your liquid soap, but if you are using it for home and you are not using it for more than 6 months, you don't need preservative. But for sales supplies, you would need to add it to preserve your liquid soap. The next one we go with is color. My brand color is green, so we'll be using color green for this. And then our perfume, you can go with any perfume of your choice, whatever perfume you use. So you can go with Far Away, you can go with strawberry, you can go with vanilla, you can go with lemon, you can go with Gladys perfume, whichever one you want. So without wasting your time, let's get to production. Yes guys, I forgot to add, this is 25 liters of water, which has been mixed with 1 kilo of salt, and also I have mixed the thickener powder with it as well. So if you watch my previous videos, you see how I'm able to mix the thickening powder, and then I just go ahead to mix it with the water. Yes, that's how it's done guys. So in this basin, I'll be adding in my base. Base, like I said, is the most important and integral part of liquid soap production. Then I proceed to add the booster powder, and after adding that, I proceed to add the preservatives. and then this is SLS. Remember guys, I have already mixed the thickening powder with the salt water, so I wouldn't be adding it here. So in terms of stirring, you have to go with one direction. Either you go clockwise or anti-clockwise. You can't go both at the same time, otherwise you end up with watery liquid soap. It will not thicken well, and you would think it's porous. So just stick with one stirring position. Either you go to the left or to the right. So after stirring for some few minutes, everything has come together perfectly. We have a beautiful paste now, lump-free paste. So I go ahead to add some small water. Guys, if you want to have a thick liquid soap, you have to be careful with the water. You have to add small at a time. You see how small that was? Then when you stir and it's well incorporated, then you go ahead to add more, small gradually. As the base or the concentration increase in quantity, then you can increase the water quantity as well. You see, this one is much more than the previous one. So as the consistency is increasing, then you can increase the water. If you start adding a lot of water at the beginning, you will end up with a watery liquid soap, because the stirring also helps to thicken the liquid soap. That is what brings about the thickening. So you need to add small at a time. Liquid soap, you need a lot of patience to do it. So small at a time, then you stir for some 2 minutes. Then you go ahead again and add small water, then you stir. That is how liquid soap is done. So at this point, I'll be adding in my thickening liquid and then my booster liquid into the formula. So I go ahead to add the thickener liquid first, and then I stir. You can add both at the same time and stir. It doesn't matter. It's just that this is how I do mine. So I want to show you how I do it. So I added the thickening liquid. I stirred for it to be well incorporated, and then I'll go ahead to stir until it's fully incorporated. As you can see, the liquid soap is thickening a bit more because I added the thickening liquid. You can see the concentration is getting thicker. Yes, that's what the thickening liquid does to your liquid soap. So then I'll go ahead to stir continuously for a while. Guys, this deserves a lot of work, so I also go ahead to add my booster liquid as well, and then I stir to incorporate it into the production. Guys, liquid soap needs a lot of patience, and then it needs a little bit of energy. You have to stir. Otherwise you end up with a lumpy liquid soap, which will take a very long time to dissolve, sometimes even over a week. So you have to continually stir. Once you've incorporated that into your production and your liquid soap is still a bit thick, you can continue to add in the salty water. In my case, salty thick water, because I add the thickening powder to the salt water. Yes, so you go ahead to stir. Please always ensure to stir like about 2 minutes. In every interval you add water or a new ingredient. Make sure you stir it very well for the thing to be well incorporated, and then you can go ahead to add in another set of ingredients or water. Look guys, see how it looks. It looks very creamy, it looks very thick, and our liquid soap is almost there. We are almost there. So just have a little more patience, stir for some time. Once you are getting this solution, then you know your liquid soap is ready. So I'll go ahead to add my color to a bucket of water. Like I said, my brown color is green, so I add it to a bucket and then I mix it properly before I go ahead to transfer it to my solution. You can also add the color directly without having to mix it with the water, but sometimes I think it's best you dissolve it separately and then you add it. But if you think you can add it directly, why not? So after mixing my color, I go ahead to pour it into my solution. Our liquid soap is ready, And if you want your liquid soap to foam, if you want it to lather, you need to add more SLS, or that's the rice, or booster powder, or the liquid booster liquid. So this is me adding perfume to my production, and then my liquid soap is ready. I just need to let it settle for between 12 to 24 hours, and then I can go ahead to package. So the seedling things you are seeing, that is SLS. I usually add in more SLS, and because I didn't take time to let it dissolve in the water, that's how come you are seeing that by within 6 hours, guys, it will dissolve on its own. That's how magical liquid soap production is. Once you leave the production to settle for a while, by the time you come back, it automatically dissolve into the production. So guys, our liquid soap is ready. We'll just let it settle for between 6 hours you can package it, or 12 or 24 hours. But if it's too seedly, maybe you have to leave it for like 7 days. Yes, so this is after 12 hours after production. Like I told you, you see the seedling things are no longer in it. It has perfectly dissolved, and our liquid soap smells so fresh and then it looks thick, and it's ready for use. Guys, just look at how it looks. You see it's perfect, and then it's thick as well. So it's just simple. Within some 30 to 40 minutes time, you can get this thing done. You can use it for your home. You can use it for sales. Like, you can do business out of it by supplying schools and hospitals. So guys, liquid soap is ready. I'd want to just package it into a smaller bottle for you to see how it looks in the bottle. So this is actually one of my packaging bottles. I package this one and also supply to some supermarkets as well. So when I finish, I'll show you how it's done. But guys, it's this simple. Liquid soap is so simple to make, and then you would save yourself cost. If you're also doing business, you would make profit out of it. So you can add this as your side hustle, and then you'll be able to survive in this current world we are living in. Guys, this is liquid soap. Simple to make, very easy to make, and you can determine how much you want your liquid soap to lather by adding more of the SLS or the booster powder, or booster liquid. Yes, please. So it's done, guys. Thank you. Yes, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, like and share this video as well. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice time. Bye.